Hi, MGTOW. Hi, men. Gratitude for coming by. Today I need to discuss 5 motivations to not date single mothers. The number one motivation to not date a single parent is she's settled on a few downright horrendous decisions. You must glance at somebody's past and the choices that they've made previously and share with yourself. This is an indicator of the choices and the nature of the choices they will make from here on out. Contingent upon the conditions, like on the off chance that the lady was hitched to a man who went to war. Well, not her shortcoming. She didn't pursue a terrible choice. In any case, on the off chance that she just laid down with some person that was some unacceptable sort of man, and presently she's a single parent, do you truly need to conform to someone who's shown such misguided thinking? And could you be shocked when they display this misguided thinking in different issues? Allow someone's past and their way of behaving to give you some understanding regarding what they will do from now on. There could not be anything more terrible a mother could accomplish for a child than to dispose of one of its folks, to not furnish it with a safe, secure, cherishing climate. I mean, they proactively bombed at the most major essential thing. I get it, perhaps she's extremely appealing or something to that effect. I've seen a few exceptionally appealing single parents, extremely noteworthy. Number 2, the second motivation not to get along with single parents is her need will be to deal with the kid and care for the kid. At the end of the day, it's absolutely impossible that you might at any point be something besides a supportive role. Best case scenario, and what will happen is that you're not in any event going to be a supportive role. You will be the individual who tidies up subsequently. You will be the janitor. At the end of the day, in the event that you engage with a single parent who's now shown misguided thinking, her needs in life will be something you will come way down the line. So having any kind of assumption, any kind of close-to-home collaboration is crazy with a single parent. What you will get is disappointment, control issues, and you truly can't expect anything more. Number 3 motivation to not engage with single mothers, it is she will have monetary issues also. She will pursue unfortunate important decisions. She will think often about any other person in her life, and she will have monetary issues. Obviously, I'm trusting as of now you all can expect a portion of different issues that are coming on in the distance, and the thing is with the monetary issues, it's whether an individual have some control over their hunger. It's anything but an issue of do you have enough to live inside your means. It's an issue of could you at any point control yourself and afterward, might you at any point train yourself and on the off chance that you can do those two things, you can bring in cash. Yet in the event that you can't do those two things in a specific order, regardless of how much cash you procure, you will lose it. It is not going to be enough. It's a finished picture. We could accept this as an illustration. The single parent has neglected to see what is happening. She's neglected to see the big picture approach she's gotten together. She's had a child and she's in no situation to raise it, to help it, to accommodate it, and to give it a superior life. This thought that we as a general public must be sympathetic towards this feels like you're being humane towards the ineptitude instead of being merciful towards individuals that are involved. Assuming you were humane towards individuals that were engaged with it, you would instruct them somewhat better. You would illuminate them somewhat better. You would assist them with trying not to get into this present circumstance where they currently become reliant. Gracious, it's human instinct. Goodness, the ladies can't help. The nitwits just can't resist the urge to get along with the primary person that they're drawn to and having kids and afterward having some kind of a close-to-home issue pursuing the dad away. Not exactly fostering a relationship to bring the kid up in a family. Likewise, now you're about to give it free cash, you will give her free cash. We empower what is going on. Why might a lady who's having a kid at any point hope to be a feminist and can't stand men? There's an enormous tip-off not too far off. Assuming the single parent has any kind of women's activist leanings. It's like, wow, in addition to the fact that you have done something truly unwise that another person on each level must take care of, yet presently you're multiplying down. Presently you're intensifying the blunder. You're not even ready to utilize a fair man to assist with bringing up your children. These are indications of an individual's personality and judgment. It very well may be truly costly. It might really be a renowned blade, yet you really want to check out at its development. You really want to take a gander at its state. You really want to see what it's gone through, and you should have the option to see within it. Perhaps you can't do an X-beam of an individual's personality. However, you can see what they've experienced, what molded it, where it's come from, what the imperfections are, what the shortcomings are. We as a whole have comparable shortcomings. We are undeniably founded on this joy rule. We as a whole need the most for minimal measure of exertion. However, when you see this taken excessively far, like the individual who have no control over their hunger concerns and becomes overweight and hefty and sickening and afterward, they will not do the things important to deal with their well-being, and afterward they can't in fact concede where their concerns were on the grounds that they wouldn't have the option to keep up with any kind of a mental self-portrait, so they're strolling around in this dream. That is basically the justification for why you would rather not be associated with a single parent. You would rather not bring a messed up blade into fight either or an imperfect sword. That is what I'm talking about. It may not be broken, but it very well may be in a general sense defective. Something I've learned in life is that you've truly got to take a gander at an individual's personality on the grounds that eventually that will come through. It doesn't make any difference what they're truly talking about. It doesn't make any difference what they have. It just matters as these things show what they are, and that is the very thing you're working with. That is your beginning material. It's not even somebody's aim. It's something other than aim, since we can determine what your aim is by your outcomes. Presently, not all the time, since we must know about your condition. In the event that a lady is having kids and the man goes to war, perhaps she pursued a decent decision, and that's what tragically the conditions dismantled. So the inquiry turns into a bigger inquiry of which part does fortune play in the destiny of a person. Which, to be fair, it has some impact. In a typical circumstance, suppose half, that actually implies that individuals of character and discipline and vision who come from a decent spot will come through on the grounds that despite the fact that destiny and fortune could disgrace them half of the time, they will continue on. They're not roused by unimportant, impermanent prizes. So with this single parent, you're taking a gander at someone who can't deny their transient, impermanent longings from a female having a kid perspective. You can comprehend that their needs and their necessities truly do turn into this bigger need and have this entire close-to-home physiology related with it. This is where, for the ones who truly serve the ladies and love the ladies, you're not helping them by being in that frame of mind of a profound state and being dependent upon their close-to-home impulses. For this reason, I say that the main decent way for a man to go is the MGTOW way. A few people might say he has no inclusion with ladies. It simply implies that a man needs to discover some way before he can be with any other person. A man doing the method of ladies or MGTOW is a powerless man. That is the incorrect way. We are empowering a country, a human progress of single parents and women's activists, and they use responsibility and an enticement for the ethicalness of individuals when they, at the end of the day, don't live and work by that excellence. That temperance ought to be saved for others whose fortune has been manhandled, who personally have that prudence, and by assisting them, you will be making the world a superior spot. That is the thing we ought to do, and while we're helping individuals who are simply not dealing with themselves, we're duping the ones that we should be dealing with. Tell me your opinion on in the remarks area beneath, and if it's not too much trouble, like, share, remark, and subscribe. Much obliged to you, MGTOW.